Be across Queensland today here in Brisbane for the 25th of April Anzac Day parade, as we see our first elements of the parade moving past our dignitaries here in Brisbane. This is the Queensland Mounted Police Contingent, serving police and horses unit, being greeted by those on the dais, including the outgoing Queensland Governor Penny Wensley. We see moving into shot now an important troop, giving us an idea of what it was like 100 years ago as Australian forces headed off to what would be a war in a few months' time. This is the Mounted Infantry Historical Troop, showing us as troops headed off from the Port of Brisbane. These were the uniforms that they probably would have been wearing, similar to this.
Yes, they left from Pinkenbar Wharf, and they're wearing the light horse uniform.
This is a recreation group that enjoys showing the living history of the wars past. Interesting point, they aren't wearing the colour patches on their shoulders. They weren't issued until the first battalions actually arrived overseas, as we see some of the nurses in the original nurses' uniforms. Of course, last night a special vigil held for war nurses here in Brisbane at the Anzac Square, and we see a number of original veterans there. Not the 1871 ones.
No. But many of our artillery units, of course, can draw their origins back to the Queensland and other colonies, artillery units that existed prior to Federation.
Yes, if you want to see an example of that, you should go down to Fort Lytton National Park, second Sunday of every month, where they fire the 64-pounder Garrison guns and 6-pounder field guns, and they've now rebuilt the submarine miners tunnel with all the equipment that they had for laying mines across the Brisbane River.
This is the Laurie Young Concert Band, led by Major Retired Laurie Young, who was the ex-commander of the 1st Military District Band from 1987 to 89. He formed this band in 1989 as the Western Suburbs Music Society. It's a non-for-profit group, and the band is funded purely from its members and via donations.
And behind them you can see the banner of the 101st Field Battery, of course serving both in Malaya as well as being in Vietnam 2 tours.
Yes, the battalions I was with in Vietnam was often well supported by 101 and 104. We also had our major support from 106. The artillery have received a very bad nickname, which I disagree with George Floods.
That's another example of lots of name changes for a unit there, Leo.
Yeah.
Someone obviously enjoyed doing it.
And following the band that's moving through, we can see the banner of the Combat Support Association.
Yes, the Combat Support Association. The association itself was formed in 2008 from combat support group members who have served in Bougainville, East Timor, the Solomons, Iraq and Afghanistan.
And they were preceded by the Laurie Young Concert Band.
And that band rehearses out at Chermside at the Training Ship Voyager Centre in 7th Brigade Park.
We see the number 23 City of Brisbane Squadron Association.
Yes, 23 Squadron had a very detailed and hectic history in World War